This is Minecraft's most broken villager trading hall. This is honestly the most insane thing I've ever done in Minecraft. And in 100 days, this is how I cured 200 zombie villagers to get unlimited emeralds experience and the best trading hall of all time. The very first thing we're gonna need to do is make another layer for our house. So first we need to take our ceiling up a bit, add our pillars. Beautiful. Now we can turn some of this glass into panes. And while that is looking pretty good, it pains me to say we're out of paints. Aha! And for now, that looks good to me. Now, as far as being a tyrannical maniac goes, I actually think I was pretty kind to these villagers in terms of, giving them a lot of space. But I think for this next build, I'm not gonna be so kind. So in order to test this out, we'll need to make some cartography tables. That should be good for now. So this is my first time working on something like this, and really don't know what I'm doing. So a villager in here would stand like this and would not be able to jump over. This is one really bad looking prototype. As far as efficiency goes, you're not going to be able to fit 100 people on one floor. So, bang for your buck. I'm starting to wonder if maybe this is actually a pretty well thought out system. And the first thing we're going to need are beds, some bread, and that should at least start the process of getting some new villagers, which we can then turn into shepherds so that we can get more beds. But for now, we can go ahead and start raiding some villages for beds. And I think that's going to be everything from this village. I do know of at least one more. Well. How do I? Oh man, I forgot about this. We won't forget this, but our goal is to find that village. Ooh, we got blue beds. Actually, I don't want to kill all these guys. We'll just skip ahead. So that'll be everything from there. Look at this perfect landing pad. So I'm not sure why, but we didn't get any villagers to spawn. Maybe we could try with cartographers. And with a few more beds, we'll try with these guys again. I'm really confused. They're just not even trying. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's really weird. Oh my god, it's all happening at once. Oh no. Yes, okay. We have a lot of villagers. So we'll have some shepherds to give us beds soon enough. So as far as designs go, that's gonna make 10. Actually just gonna snag some of these beds. So that makes 16. And then this, that'll make 20 with a bit of room for more. That's 20 cartography tables with, again, some wiggle room. So here's a very rough model of what we're gonna do. Basically from here, we're just gonna wanna take this and expand it all the way around. So we're gonna need a lot more beds, a lot more cartography tables, and a lot more bread to make more villagers. Unfortunately, I do have a lot of emeralds, and we can talk to our one master farmer. He should be able to give us quite a bit of bread. With our awesome sugarcane farm, cartography tables shouldn't be a problem. That'll already put us at over half. In fact, we can grab some bones, a bunch of saplings, and we'll get chopping. That should be more than enough wood. Grab the remaining paper, and I actually made more than we need. We can continue the purchasing of bread. We now have shepherds. So this guy is going to sell us magenta wool. Sure, but the level up will give us green beds, and that's even better. Buy the whole stock. This guy's gonna sell carpet, but that's actually useful. Now he'll give us light blue beds. So I think if this is gonna work effectively, we're really gonna need to almost see like a combining of these areas. Anyway, that's another 20. And this is starting to get complicated. So I decided to try a different strategy for this placement, and I think this is actually more efficient. Like you've got 10 and 10, but then on the sides you get an extra 4 for 24 total. So the model might be moving to something like that. So we can't get everything placed down perfectly just yet, but as long as we know we can fit everything, we should be okay. I've devised a walkway. So the plan is, I'm gonna go ahead and let them out. Should just lead them right on up. Beautiful. One guy decided to go over here. Everyone else made it. Anyway, I'm gonna buy even more bread. Start seeing if we can get these guys to breed. Only other thing I have left to try with these guys is these bunk beds. Seems they will work. So I may have gotten a little too far ahead of myself. They will climb up. Perfect. There, so that should set up everything nicely. Wouldn't say this is perfect by any means, but it's a start. The rate for feeding villagers is not super quick, so I think we'll have to wait at least a bit. And while we wait for all this to go on, there's some more stuff we can do. We're gonna need to start building up some stores of apples. One of the key ingredients to getting cheap deals with villagers is turning them from a zombie back into a villager. To do that, you need potions of weakness and golden apples. So for now, 2 stacks should do. I'm not sure how our gold supplies are looking. 52, 19. Oh, wow, that's pretty awful. Over here, we have, 24 blocks. Okay, 41. At the very least, we're gonna need 100. Anyway, our best bet for getting gold is gonna be the Nether. And I think we're gonna kill 2 birds at 1 stone with this. I've always wanted to craft a Nether highway. So as we go for Nether gold, we can start making tunnels and then use those tunnels to bridge gaps between our overworld. This is something I've actually not too familiar with, but basically 1 step in the Nether is 8 steps in the overworld. So you can use this to bridge far distances very easily. Although it seems I've gone too high because I actually can't find any gold. It's gonna take us 400 away from our spawn. Let's just go ahead. Let's see where this takes us. Negative 3,000 and negative 600. That is, well, yeah, that's pretty far away. The sun's going down, but today is a new day and we are gonna try exploring. That's a desert right there. False alarm, it is a beach. I'm not really seeing a whole lot. Oh, beach, dang it. Okay, our elytra's almost halfway used. Let's just see what's on the other side of this ocean, if it will load for us. Dang, that is unfortunate. Sadly, we're gonna have to head on back. Wow, we just traveled so much and still nothing. Well, it's worth a try. So definitely not a huge success, but on the bright side, we've got a ton of little dudes. Don't really know what's going on right now. While we wait for everyone over here to grow up, we can let these guys start the process on this gigantic side. So I'm not quite sure if that's 25, but it looks pretty close to me. Now it's time for the tricky part. We've already got our apples. We're gonna make some fermented spider eyes. We should have, yeah, some gunpowder, and that'll give us splash potions of weakness. We'll go ahead and make 9 total. Gonna make a little staircase. Oh, all the guys that were out here, they jumped over. Okay, that's fine. Man, this is gonna be chaotic. There's so many dudes, we need to get a zombie as soon as we can. Oh, that is literal perfection. Now, just gotta hope the staircase is good enough. No, we cannot afford a golem. There is a golem. Oh. Yes, yes. This could go horribly wrong. Because if they start getting turned, a golem will literally kill all of them. Okay, I think we have one more shot at this. Oh, a fast zombie? Oh, that actually might be our saving grace. Where'd he go? Come on around. Okay, so once again, this didn't work, and I think I know the problem. I think the problem is I'm going too far away. So I'm just gonna get out of the zombies' like field of view. Okay, there we go. There we go. I think I was going too far away. Yeah, now this should go really quickly. It's like a game of Call of Duty Infected. Just need it to keep raining. This is super dangerous. Oh my God. If this successfully works, this will be the greatest thing I have ever done. So need to make it so no one can leave. 23. I think we're actually missing 1 guy. All right, we're just gonna throw 1 last in. Okay, I don't really know what's going on here. If this is working. Yes, okay, we killed the zombie. So now we just wait and see. This is either gonna be the greatest turning in the history of Minecraft or the single greatest villager catastrophe. Okay, so we can see they're starting to turn. Let's hope that this rain keeps up. How did someone get turned back? The movement of the zombies kind of lets the villagers escape. Dude, this is crazy. It's kind of working. Dude, this is so good. We are almost there. Just gotta make sure these guys stay in the water. Okay, we have a thing down there, but the sun is also going down. Okay, last guy. Ladies and gentlemen, take in the fact that just happened. We are so lucky that that rain saved us. And now it's time for the test. Let's see what we've got here for trades. 1, not everyone is ready to go. Oh, right, like no one is ready to go. That's, yes, yeah, okay. So we can trade with these guys. We still got the 5 deal. So I think you have to trade twice to get the 1. These guys are all giving me 5s. But there were like the 8 dudes that already had 5s, so now they're giving 1s. And yeah, anyone that needs to be leveled up is dishing out 5s. And so ultimately, I'm just really glad that we did a test run of this. You know, test run with 25 villagers. We've got the layout of this place, but for now, I'm actually starting to think we don't need to leave this up. Having everything down caused such an issue for the conversion process. What I'm actually just gonna do is kind of simplify this a little bit. So at this point, I think the plan is just to make sure we have 100 available beds in here. So I've gone ahead and we've put 25 here, 25 here, and this will make 25 here. So now we just need to separate the ones from the fives. So now that everyone's sleeping, we can selectively get everyone except for the ones to leave. So if they're a 5, break their bed, we should be able to selectively let them out. And I think that should be everyone. So we've got a bit of cleaning up to do. And I think we're just gonna do some simplifying. Yeah, there we go, all 1. So we have 9 villagers that will trade me a single pane of glass, like what you see behind there, for 1 emerald. So I can take 1 stack of glass panes, and so we can get some pretty good trades. Yeah, not bad. So this works out to roughly 3 emeralds for every single piece of sand that I dig up. And I think in most videos, you'd be like, you're good. You got 9 of them. What more could you want? Well, I want 91 more. It seems as though I'm terrible at math. I have 8. Let's see what these 8 are really capable of. I think the only thing more impressive than the emerald yield is the XP yield. And while I'd love to revel in these profits, we gotta make some sales. Because if we really want 100 villagers, we gotta start dishing out some carbs. Oh, yes. Well, it's looking like a good start, but it's gonna take some time. So in the meantime, we're gonna need to start looking for a desert. So first, I'm just gonna spend some time AFKing for TNT. We'll grab some more paper, and that should be more than enough fireworks. Before we can head off, I need to get an Unbreaking 3 book. Well, there's Unbreaking 1. Sadly, Unbreaking 1's the best we're gonna get for now. Now we're gonna go find a desert. There's not really a lot this way. Okay, well, that way didn't prove to be very promising. But on the bright side, look how many little baby villagers we have. That should get our elytra healed up. Get some more bread on the go. And let's go this way. It looks like we've come to more ocean and a bit of beach. I'll help myself to the sand that's here, but at the end of the day, I know this isn't sustainable. I can actually just sleep this off. And now we can finish the rest of this. Well, that was a surprisingly good amount of sand. In full, this would work out to around 3,000 emeralds or 330 emerald blocks. Sadly, random beaches just aren't gonna be enough to sustain our ridiculous practices. Oh, not what I was looking for, but that's really hype. Okay, well, that's good to know. But for now, we're just gonna continue on and on and on. And oh my God, we've somehow managed to find ice spikes before we could find a desert. We'll be back. So on the bright side, we can finally get some more sand cooking, and we're actually gaining apples as well. So we'll buy some more bread. Man, this is coming along. But back to our desert issue. I think if we're gonna find a desert, we're gonna have to go further than we've ever gone before. And that means I'm gonna need Unbreaking 3 on my elytra. So this guy is jobless. I feel like getting an Unbreaking librarian shouldn't be too hard. The game gives us mending just to spite us. Okay, Unbreaking 2 will work. Add them together, and now we finally have a good elytra. We'll quickly resume the dumping of wheat, and the exploration can resume. So we've made it back to our ice spikes, and I'm actually gonna grab some of this because I'm pretty sure that this packed ice is really good for nether highways. The thought process is that if we can't find a desert, we can just make a nether highway to it, and then that will save us tons of time. Anyway, it's another savanna. I will take your guys' melons. Oh, please. Oh, yes, yes, yes. It only took us like 5 days, 10,000 blocks. We have done it. 1 desert. So I think we actually want to make a portal here. Oh wow, literally right off the coast, we have a beautiful warm ocean. Oh, and there's a Badlands. This is what we're looking for. We just need flint. And let's see where this takes us. Okay, not bad. So that is the way home. I think we'll just fly home for now. Because, like, theoretically, this shouldn't be too hard. Okay, that was pretty easy. Yeah, super easy. So while we're waiting for our villagers to grow, I want to get an idea of this highway system. So unfortunately for us, this tunnel was not going in the right way. We're actually going to need to head this way and that way. But first, I want to see what happens if we put a portal up here. Okay, well, that's not really what I had hoped for. What if I build a portal right here? All right, this takes us back to this spot. Nether portals have been one of those things that have really just always confused me. But my thought process here is if we just build another one in the exact same spot but higher, it should still work out. Let's give this a go. Wait, what? Oh, that's weird. Okay, what happens if I go through here? Ooh, okay. Okay, nice. Nice. And the final question, what if I go through here? Yes, okay, amazing. So now we just need to make a really long tunnel. So we've traveled about 400 blocks and we just hit our first area that isn't completely covered. Oh man, but stuff like this makes me nervous. That is a long way down. Oh man, this is awful. Problem with this is like a ghast spotting me is just gonna end my life. I think before we can clear this, there's something we need to do. We need to get totems of undying so that we can be safe in the Nether, so that we can finish our highway, to get more sand, to make the ultimate villager trading hall. So for the raid, we want golden carrots, 2 more stacks of arrows, and there's a village over here we can use to finish out the raid. We just need to make a solid perimeter around most of this area. Oh, you guys need to stay in here. So I'm hoping that this is gonna be enough. Now, who wants a fight? I don't think these are the guys I need. I'm looking for a dude with the flag, gives me bad omen. You seen them? So my understanding is that these guys are a little bit more rare to spawn, but I didn't think it was like uncertain. So perhaps this is gonna take longer than expected. Hey, well, what's up, buddy? So it's almost nighttime. I'm gonna try to fly back, but avoid any villages. And I know you're probably wondering, like, why don't I just go and do the raid here? I got a beacon, it'd be easy. That's a good point. Just given the amount of villagers we have, I don't want to risk a potential massacre. Let's park ourselves right here. We got a big fight tomorrow. Let's get some rest. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the day, and here starts the raid. Most people made it in. Not everyone was so fortunate, but you only need to keep 1 villager alive. So there we are. Okay. Raid 1, I literally don't need to do anything. That was easy. Wave number 2, get off my golem. Oh, the showdown! Dang, it's almost nighttime. Can I sleep? Yes. And beautiful. Now, this should be the wave we're looking for. Wave 4. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Yes. Whoa, and boop. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, finally, we have, not even an achievement for that. Okay, that's lame. Oh, there's another. Yes, don't mind me. And now for the big dog raid. Oh, this is a lot. This is a little overwhelming. I wasn't ready for this. Let's get these guys out of here. Oh my God. I'm always down for a good fight. Oh no, I'm out of arrows. Good thing I have my tridents. Okay, our villagers are almost dead. Come on. Woo, we did it. Oh, that was tougher than expected. But look at all those totems. Guys, just know, everything I do it for you. Now, if hero the village, because they're already at the lowest amount they can sell us. But regardless, I need to fix up my tools, especially this poor pickaxe. But because I have hero, these guys are still gonna give me a pretty good deal. But with all that said, we can finally get back to what's important, finishing our nether path. So that is gonna make 575. Now we just need to go 600 in this direction. We're about halfway there, and this is probably a great time to tell you of just how lucky we are. Basically, this entire path has been basalt deltas, and that's really good because not a lot of stuff spawns in there. If it had been nether waste, you've got piglins, you've got zombified piglins, whatever, and that requires you to put down a lot of slabs to stop them from spawning. Fortunately here, we're not gonna have to worry about that. So while this kind of treacherous nightmare is quite annoying, we're actually gonna save a lot of time. Oh my God, I think that's it. That is gonna be 600. Oh, wow, there's her portal. So I'm gonna break this, and let's see where this takes us. Hey! Oh my God! I know it's just simple math, but can't believe that worked. So we've got the path dug, but if we want to make this work, we need to make it into a 3x3 hole. So it'll be a layer of ice and then like glass panels on each side. It's a good thing we have a tough pickaxe. I'm beginning to realize just how insane this project actually is. Like when you've got netherrack, yeah, that's fine. It's easy, you know, it's not a big deal. But as soon as you hit this stuff, which is most of what I've been digging, it just slows down horribly. Even with netherite efficiency 5, this is going to take a long time. So we've just started our 33rd day, and we still have 100 blocks to go in this first direction. This is taking a lot longer than expected. Oh, we've finally reached a good chunk of netherrack. This is gonna feel so good. Oh my god, if the whole thing was this easy, it would be like half a day. Oh, even soul sand and soil is just fantastic. Okay, we've made it. Halfway. Well, here we go. The last section was all about mining. This one is more about building. But with 400 blocks to go, we now return to our basalt delta. So we've got about 250 more blocks to go. And I think I gotta say, one of the most unexpectedly challenging things I've ever done in Minecraft. But oh man, when we're done, it's gonna be so worth it. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, there you finally have it. Day 135, but we are finally done, sort of. We're gonna make a bunch of panes. And now comes the part that I am less sure about. This is the placing of the packed ice. My understanding is that we have it like this, and then you basically just fill the sides in with panes. Okay, so I've got a boat to test this out. Here we go. Whoa! Okay, that is really fast. Oh, we just gotta place a lot of ice. For the amount of days I'm putting into this, I really hope this becomes a long series, guys. If you guys are enjoying, please make sure to subscribe and let me know what you want in future episodes. Okay, let's try to go really fast. Woo! This is stressful, but I'm doing it. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this. Okay, there we go. Now this part shouldn't be too difficult. This is pretty time consuming, but it's a whole lot easier than anything else we've been doing. In a way, it almost feels a little soothing. Oh my god, we made it. So my question is, do I need two sides? I mean, do we need two sides? This is working pretty well for me. I hope I don't die at the end of this. Nope. So I still gotta finish this side of the tunnel, and seals we're literally gonna be sliding over this like for our life. I figured it would be smart to maybe reinforce it with something a little bit better than netherrack. So for some of these sections, we're gonna go ahead and put down blackstone. That looks a whole lot safer. Do the same for here. Now, while we're sitting pretty over here, I think we actually wanna pass through. And I realize it'll be quicker to get to that ice spikes biome from over here. Here we have ice, packed ice. Well, this will do just fine. That'll be more than enough. That's my mistake. For some reason, I was thinking that those types of like icebergs produce the ice that melted. Because obviously, if you're going to the nether, you need ice that doesn't melt. Anyway, here we have our tunnel. Let's get laying. Actually, I've got so much ice now, I think it's gonna be faster to just lay it like this. Beautiful. Now we just gotta lay some more glass. Oh, wow. We're actually just a little bit short. Okay, well, let's see how well this works. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. This is awesome. So we go this way, and then we can just turn. Ah! Oh! Oh! Oh, this is awesome. Oh, it's so satisfying. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ow. So we can just grab the rest of our glass. So just to make this a little bit easier to use, I am gonna finish putting glass on this side. So just about out of glass. I've just been amazed at how much glass this uses up. That is all my glass. Fortunately, we have a desert right here. Just need to grab some cobblestone, plus a bit of coal. So we'll do this like the old times. And now we can finally finish this. Ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna finish it off. Still slide a bit, but it's not like you're gonna go off the rails now. The only thing I'm worried about is mobs spawning in these like little cracks. Doesn't seem like it's gonna be a major issue. So really the last thing I think we have to do is tear this down. And so when we now travel through, hey, there we go. Okay, beautiful. So I think this is a good opportunity to test just how fast our highway is. We're almost 10,000 blocks from our spawn. So I wanna time this. Ready? Go. It's gonna be about 17, and no! So even with an Enderman in the way, that was 40 seconds to travel 10,000 blocks. Whew, that was a lot of work. Now let's get back to these villagers. So I think our next logical conclusion would be to get these beds filled. I'm literally just gonna drop all my bread and hope for the best in the morning. Okay, so that was a lot, but somehow we're still not there. We've got 2 empty beds, 1 and 5 for a total of 8. So we'll just dump some more bread off. Feel like by the end of tomorrow, they should be hitting their limit. Oh, I forgot. This is only 75 beds plus 8. Okay, wow. Just when I thought we were almost done. This is 83. And that'll make 100 beds. Okay, so things are starting to look a lot better. We're almost there. Dude, I feel like Jesus. Here you go, my disciples. Take some bread. Wow, we are still going. Okay, so I'm not seeing any more hearts. And I'm not sure if that means that they've just all recently bred, or it's maybe possible that we're done. Oh, never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have hit 100 villagers. And the next step in this ridiculous process is going to be converting them all into zombies and then back twice. Now, we could obviously do this slow, methodically, correctly. I don't want to do that. I just think the more times you attempt this, like the more that could go wrong. So let's just do this one time right. The first thing we need to do is completely separate these guys. I don't want them looking over into this giant horde of zombie villagers and spawning a golem. So they'll be chilling here. Next, we got to take all these beds down. There were just so many issues with everything on the floor in the last attempt. I just really can't risk them getting stuck on something. Okay, we did it. This is beyond absurd. Now, getting the potions of weakness shouldn't be an issue. We've got the eyes and the mushrooms and the sugarcane, so this should be more than enough potions. The amount of gold that this is going to take is literally going to be downright disgusting. 92 villagers is 184 apples. 184 apples is 1,472 pieces of gold. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time we make a gold farm. We'll need carpet, 12 chests, 12 hoppers, 60 trapdoors, a bunch of scaffolding, 540 pieces of glass, which somehow we actually have enough of. We need 4 turtle eggs. We'll get these guys. Whoa, okay, it's doing a thing. Okay. If we silk touch this. Cool. Wow. Okay, here's another one. That's 4 and that's enough. I need to make yet another shulker box. The last thing that we need are magma blocks. 2,880 to be exact. So, yeah, this is gonna take some time. Okay, we are managing to find some pretty large veins. So that's gonna put us at 20 stacks or about 1,280 blocks. So we've got 1 shulker box with our stuff, 1 almost full of magma blocks. I'm not sure why I've held off, but that's the final shulker box I can make. So with a renewed pickaxe, we'll get back to it. So that is going to be a full shulker box. So between our 2 boxes, we've got 48 stacks of magma blocks, which is above and beyond what we need. So now we need to find a nether waste biome. There's nether waste right there. Next, we want to dig all the way up to bedrock. We need a piece of bedrock that's 127. Throw an ender pearl. Nice. Okay. Top of the nether. Nice. So I think I'm just going to do my best to make sure I have the outline of the biome. So it turns out to be a pretty giant space, so this should be no problem whatsoever. Now, I've never done this before, but let's start this build. So first, we must go 64 blocks high. We'll start with this small glass platform. Some chests, hoppers, more chests, and more hoppers. And now 23 layers of glass. I don't really know what this is yet. So next we need to add trapdoors. This is where the turtle eggs go. So the zombified pigmen will be able to see through these and they'll be attracted to this because they want to break it. And I think the idea is then they'll fall down into that hole and die and we get their gold. And now it is magma block time. So this is obviously gonna damage us a little bit. We could get Frostwalker, but crouching is also pretty easy. And now we just need to fill this entire thing out. So this will basically just serve as the base for pigmen to spawn on. So that's our first layer done, and we just got to do it 3 more times. Layer 2, there's layer 3. And ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna make 4. An overall pretty fancy looking 4-layer gold farm. Apparently this is to stop gas from spawning. As you can see, it is working. And so that's the pattern for this class. Now we just need to build the AFK platform. Whoa, whoa. Well, that seemed fast. So we're actually at the build limit. As far as I can tell, this seems to be working amazingly already. I have never seen anything like this before. So I'm just gonna head on down and make sure that everything is working. Whoa. Wow. This is insane. Wow, that's a lot of gold. So in literally just the time we were chilling up there, that's 1 whole stack of gold. So it's day 152. I think we'll just head on back up. I don't know, maybe sit here for a day and see what that gives us.
The next day.
So I don't know if that was a full day, but we are into 153, and I think we should check this out. I am a monster. Oh my God. But that is a lot of gold. So we have 3 stacks and we need 25. I think the play is gonna be to just leave this for a few days. We will return momentarily. It's been 6 days or roughly 100 minutes. So even clearing the chests 2 days in, we still almost managed to fill 6 chests. I think we are gonna be just enough. Ladies and gentlemen, that is just about a full shulker box of gold. It's also a lot of rotten flesh. All right, what do you guys say we get out of here? Now, let's grab our apples. Let's make some golden apples. And almost perfectly, that is enough apples. Dang, we nailed that. There's no way that we're gonna get lucky with rain again. I think that means we just need to make this entire area covered in water. I'm not really sure if this is gonna work. So nothing crazy, but I'm hoping this will allow me to reach every zombified villager. Okay, I got a zombie. Don't know what to do with him. No. It would have been really nice to preemptively get a zombie, but I think we'll just have to wait till tonight. And see how we've got a golem chilling here? I think the play is to just push him down into here, because this might now reduce the chances of more iron golem spawning. So I was feeling a little pessimistic about this, and I thought I'd try it in creative. I failed twice. I think I've got the issues worked out, but just to be safe, we're gonna do a little test trial run. And if it doesn't, we only lose 20 villagers rather than like 90. So sun's going down, we need to act fast. Okay, we've got our zombie. We name tag it. Need to get this guy up here as fast as possible and in. And now we need to leave as soon as possible to let the conversion process start. I'm realizing this is a huge time game and we got super lucky with the rain last time. We gotta act fast. So potions down. That should be about everyone. So part of the key is they're making sure that they're all gonna turn at roughly the same time. And we did that pretty quickly, still having over half the night left. Okay, there's our first turn, but the key is making sure every zombie is on you and not locking onto a villager. Okay, we might actually be getting this. That was near perfect. The only thing we screwed up is that we missed these 2. Because basically now we just have to wait another 4 minutes for these guys to turn. All right, wow, we did it. We're officially 1/8 of the way there. So if we want to do this right, we're gonna need a lot more name tags. And with that, I think we are ready for round 2. Where are the zombies? Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm hoping that this guy being super strong will make up for our loss in time. And it begins. Round 2, apples! And let the conversion process begin. Okay, we missed 1. Well, that's really unfortunate. Oh, and there's some rain. And that'll be 1 section finished. And there are the deals. So I think we've definitely got the hang of it. Now it's just time to execute. Night 3, we nailed it. So I realized the technique is to make it so you throw it on all of them. And then you just kind of need to be good at counting. So that's gonna make halfway. And it would seem we've got the deals. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be our final villager. We skipped a few days in there, but once you get the strategy down, it's really quite boring. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we should be good. That looks promising to me. Now we can get to the exciting part. We're gonna tear this all down. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, we got 1s across the board. We can tear all of this down. Feels like the Berlin Wall is coming down. That reference is for the parents watching. Not only are these guys free, but we can get our OG cartographers all together again. I think this will be easier if we lay beds first. So that's gonna be 50 beds. that's gonna make 100 beds. I think. I might not be the best counter. If anything, it's over, so we're chilling. I think it's best we just wait till night to do that. But we still got this bottom villager floor to work on. So anyway, we've got to be pretty on the ball with this. Oh, we are so close. Just gonna pray that something like this doesn't screw everything up. Maybe that's good. That's 100 cartography tables. All accessible from the side. Okay, now the madness begins. Oh, I think it's working. Have you ever seen so many cartographers? And we're not even close to being done with this project. Like, yeah, it's gonna be a great system, but obviously we gotta put those emeralds to use. And so that's where this layer is gonna come in. So this area is gonna serve as somewhat of a marketplace, I guess you could say. Now, one thing we are going to need for sure is some leather. So we've got our cow sustainability fund. I'm just gonna magically get some leather. Just got this leather from the used leather store. So these item frames are going to be very useful. So you see what we're getting at here? Take a bow, that's our Fletcher. Wheat, and a book. And then, as the maniacal dictator that we are, we seal them on in. I think that looks really nice. Now, some of these villagers we don't need, so they're just gonna have some accidents. Now, we'll let some of these guys on up. Literally, like, never traded with any of these guys. So we'll get back to this when we have more villagers, but the end game is to have one of every villager completely maxed out. So we've gone ahead and we've secured all our villagers, and that's gonna be just about all our spots. Except it's really not working because they've all decided they want different jobs. Quite unfortunate. This is proving to be more complicated than I had hoped for. These guys out here think they can just take whatever job they want. Can you believe this? The nerve. Okay, for now, I think we're still gonna have to be a little bit more kind to these people. I think the plan is we'll max them out and then get them all put away. This is actually maybe really nice. Everyone gets to choose what they want to be when they grow up. Now we've actually got a role for an efficiency 5 librarian, which I just feel compelled to take. And then this one has crazy deals and flame. So that gives us efficiency 5 on our silk touch pick and flame on our bow. But anyway, if we want to finish this up, we're gonna have to get more emeralds, which means now we can get to the really fun stuff. I'm talking a gigantic glass making system. So this extra high roof is taking a little longer to install than once thought. But there's our floor. And with that, I would say our house is coming along pretty nicely. So I've got a pretty good idea of how these systems work. I'm just gonna wing it. But basically, hoppers, furnaces, you probably get the idea. So we're going to need ore, as much iron as we have, wood for chests, and I think that's actually it. It's basically gonna be a bunch of furnaces, whole lot of chests, and as many hoppers as we can currently afford. So to make it super efficient, I want the floor to actually be chests. So here's our hopper system. On top of that, we have our furnaces. Now up top, we've got hoppers for the sand. And the sides are actually to put in fuel. You can also grab the rest of this stuff. Apparently there were a lot of levels hiding in these. Holy, little random aside, but what if we put some flowers in here? Anyway, that'll be enough for the fuel system. Then we just do chests on top, chests around the edges, and I'd say that's a pretty good looking system. Filling it up is gonna be a different story. We've got 6 shulker boxes, so we're gonna have to go back and forth a few times. And let's head on back to the Nether. Finally take advantage of our Nether highway. And let's go devastate an ecosystem. All right, and it's looking like that's gonna be our first shulker box filled up. I'm realizing that this could take quite some time. And as the sun goes down, that'll be 2 filled. Wow, this is a slow process. Well, we can't really do anything at night, so I think we'll just go to bed. Also, super random. We'll take some green dye. And the attempt of this was for my Gen 3 Pokemon fans. Anyway, let's get back to it. Right, so that's gonna be about as much as our shovel can take. So we'll fill these up with what we can. Anyway, that's like, you know, a quarter filled up, but we need fuel. So that's gonna be a trip to the iron mine. That's gonna be like 43 buckets. Gonna head back to the Nether. We'll grab as much lava as we can. That's a good amount of lava. This is gonna be fuel, by the way, but it should make for a pretty good start. Also, side note, lime green looks better. You know, some say I'm mean to my villagers, but I think this is enough evidence to suggest that villagers do not deserve to walk. And so a day later, we're looking at kind of like 2 full stacks of glass. It's great because we can even grab this stuff. As it turns out, we got a lot of glass. Yeah, this is kind of insane. Like, even with so many of them not upgraded. Oh my god, our numbers are just ridiculous. Kind of feels like I'm breaking this. No! Dude, I'm running a strong computer and somehow we're still breaking things? Yeah, apparently I just need to turn my graphics way down or this entire operation is gonna break. But anyway, level 55 in a single day, that should tell you everything you need to know about this. And we will have way more emerald blocks, but at this point we've only upgraded like half of these guys. Anyway, it's a system beyond good. Anyway, we'll now be getting back to sand acquisition. That'll be chest 1 of 6, 2 of 6, 3, 4, 5, and ladies and gentlemen, with 3 more full shulker boxes. This is going to finish off our 6th and final chest full of sand. We can top the rest of these bad boys up, and we're still gonna have enough for a bonus chest. Let's make that 2 bonus chests. So we've got enough sand to last us for like another 100 days. I did add a few more lava buckets. Each bucket will smelt 100 blocks, so that's 700 times 6. So that's like 4,200 blocks before we even need to get more lava. So this is solid. Now, I didn't really want to bother showing any of the excavation process. Although satisfying, it would have been very boring for you guys to watch. So here's what the desert looked like before on day 186. If we head on back, you can see this is what it now looks like. Basically, the entire process looked like this. We'd spend the day excavating sand. I would then let my shovel get way too low, head on back, trade glass panes with my cartographers, get anyone who hadn't upgraded, wait for the matrix to unfreeze, get my shovel back up to full strength, and dump my sand off. So that's the system. It's tried and true. Now it's time to see just how many emeralds we can get. Not to mention what ungodly level we're about to reach. Okay, that is gonna be 6 stacks of glass turned into nothing but emeralds. Okay, I think we've hit everyone. So in one evening, we were able to get almost 18 stacks of emeralds and over 15 levels. That'll make for 1. And if we head on down to our stockpile, 2 stacks of emerald blocks. 2 stacks or 128 blocks of emerald. In comparison, a single beacon is 164 blocks. And this sextuple beacon you see here is 244. So it seems like everyone has gone ahead and restocked. Let's go ahead and do it again. Okay, in the day, this feels way more insane. Okay, and just like that, guys, there it is. My first ever level 100 in Minecraft. And all that in a single day. All these emeralds in a single day. That's gonna be another 2+ stacks of emerald block. And with that, I don't even think that we've perfected this yet. Like, our glass production is good, but it's not even enough to keep up with our villagers. It's been a while, but if we just grab some wood, we can make some more chests, grab our remaining hoppers. We will have enough for 2 more. We can take our leftover sand, dump it in this. We can afford a lava bucket or 2. Drop them in here. And while it might not seem like a lot, that is gonna increase our glass production by like 33%. But we can head on back down to our mine, grab some lava. Maybe we could find some iron in this giant unexplored cave. And the really cool thing about this cave is look at that. Now, I'm actually not gonna use this system for the iron. I always forget that I have a blast furnace, so I feel like I should actually use it for a good reason. Sell some glass while we wait, and with all this smelted iron, we can make more hoppers. So yeah, we'll just go wild and finish this off as another set of 6, realizing this is a much more efficient design. We can use our remaining sand for the rest of this. You might not like it, but this is what peak glass output looks like. This level of glass production is at a rate that my villagers literally aren't even gonna be able to keep up. And even if they could, I can't physically click on these guys fast enough for them to not just regenerate their stock. This is peak Minecraft. If you haven't subscribed yet, I will fight you. Now with this, we've really only got 2 more things to do. For the next 2 days, I will do nothing but sell glass like an absolute madman. Oh, there's 120. It's just like, as soon as I think I'm starting to get through all of them, like they reset or they just, I find a bunch of them that haven't even been traded with yet. This is honestly the most insane thing I've ever done in Minecraft. And so for day 196, we managed to hit everyone. Day 197. Oh, here we go again. Also, now that pretty much every cartographer is a master, it seems to have stopped lagging. Oh, there's 130. I will also just say, like, who ever conceived of a mob grinder when this exists? Well, that's gonna be everyone for another night, and that's gonna be enough to finish our second chest. And given the fact that I can hardly keep up with the glass production from this side, like we literally haven't even touched this glass, I think we have achieved maximum emerald output. Okay, so first thing I wanna do with all these emeralds, emerald blocks. On emerald blocks, you get the idea. Few more sales. I promise I'm not addicted. And now it's time we finally start working on this old thing. Oh yeah, got more emeralds down here. We're basically just going to upgrade everyone to master level. So Fisherman is first up to bat. And our lava super flat, he gave us some issues, but with all these emeralds, I don't think it should be a problem. Maybe I'm cutting this too close because I forgot like restocks and stuff. We're just gonna have to fly through everyone. Armorer, helmets, bells, chainmail, really cheap diving gear. This was because I think we must have converted them a long time ago or something. And there we go, master level. Toolsmith, actually gonna just sell him iron. Fisherman is back going. Really expensive fishing rods it is. And buckets, okay. He's gonna be a tomorrow issue. Butcher, with 1 simple diamond, that'll get our toolsmith up. Now, hopefully weaponsmith isn't gonna be an issue. Turns out he's gonna be an issue. Oh, this man's gonna be a real issue. Clerics are usually easy. Plus, I actually always need lapis. Does this guy want glass bottles? I can do that. Oh, I got glass, all right. Oh, I got glass. Boom. Easy. And there we have done a cleric that does not sell ender pearls. Now, for a weaponsmith, I actually have a bunch of flint. Oh, 2 stacks. That's gonna be enough. This man's also thrown out a crazy diamond axe. And if we give him some diamonds, that will take him to the master level. Back to the butcher. I really actually should have been taking advantage of these crazy deals. He needs beef. Children, please don't look. There's your beef, sir. And we'll need to wait for the morning to do any more with him. Cartographer. I think we got that one covered. Leather worker. Hoping that this one is easy. Ooh, that's a fun cap. Also, I didn't realize if you just hit tab over this, you buy it, but like you don't put it in your inventory. Anyway, he's gonna take some more work as well, which is gonna leave us with a mason. And like the absolute legend that he is, my man is really gonna be no problem at all. So those who are done, you can go into their respective places. So we're not quite there, but getting very close. While we wait for these guys to restock, can you just take a moment to appreciate this stylish cap? There we go. Okay, fisherman. You are done. Yeah, we still have our butcher. Not quite. But with the help of some rabbit stew, there we have it. 1 master butcher. Oh, why is this deal so bad? Will the legendary toque be enough? Oh, that's just to expert. Oh wow, this guy's tough. Wow, I've actually never even encountered leather horse armor. Cool. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be 1 master leather worker. Now, with everyone gone to bed, we just gotta finish the design. All our librarians should be together. And I really find you always need a few more librarians. So maybe we can just leave these guys open-ended. You know, we won't set their class just yet, but at the end of the day, we know they're gonna be librarians. Fisherman should go next to farmer, who should go next to butcher, next to leather worker, and our shepherd on the end. This will be the weapons side. And I think we will eventually end up with 2 Fletchers. Armorer's perfect. And then weapon and toolsmith on the edges. And this last side is going to be kind of the miscellaneous people. So mason, cleric, cartographer, and 2 open spots for whatever we might happen to need. Books as the sun begins to rise. There we go. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. One perfect trading hall with access to more emeralds than you could ever possibly need. Now, if you want to find out what we do with all these emeralds, make sure to subscribe.
I should also mention, once again, thanks to Monster Legends for sponsoring this video. Make sure to download the game now and claim your free starter pack, which will help get a head start and speed up your leveling process.
And I'll see you in the next 100 days. Peace!